Good evening, everyone. This is Professor Chisholm, and this is week 3 for GD 116, problem solving and idea generation. So let's go ahead and review what's needed for this week. I do hope that everyone is safe. I do hope everyone is well. I hope that you're not being severely impacted. It's weird, crazy times, guys. We're not in it alone, right? And just, do the best you can. And please reach out to me. If you're being severely impacted, you need to let me know and you need to communicate, okay? Know that I will work with you and just do the best you can. That's all I can ask, right? All right, so the readings this week are pages 80 through 83, and I pulled up the table of contents. I think that's chapter 3. It is chapter 3. So it looks like the titles are audience-specific techniques and client and competition, okay? But once you get to construction and materials, we don't need to read that. So it's just those first 2 sections of chapter 3, if that helps you with the reading. And then in graphic design thinking, it's pages 26 through 37. Now, this is going to be interesting because I know that we are all sort of self-imposed. We're supposed to be social distancing, right? So we're not supposed to be around large crowds. But all right, well, let's figure this assignment out. Hold on. Throat was parched. So it says, okay, so this is about interviewing. So essentially it's about how you can gather information from interviewing people, essentially doing questionnaires, observing behavior in a group of people, social behavior. Of course, it's going to be challenging because we're supposed to be socially distancing ourselves. So we're going to do the best that we can with this week's assignment. So the Chapter 4, Graphic Design Thinking, talks about how to conduct an interview. It's about finding the right people, preparing for it, and it gives you a case study in here also. So we're going up to pages 30. It talks about focus groups. Focus groups are very common. I've been a part of focus groups. They'll ask you, hey, do you use this product? Can you join us for this focus group? And then they ask you about that, about how you feel about it. So it talks about interviewing, and then it talks about focus groups, right? And then it gives you another case study on it, and it gives you a couple of case studies. So that's really good. That's good information. And then it talks about some infographics and visual research. We stop right before visual research. So it really just goes into some case studies for you guys as well. All right, now, I'm not sure how we're going to do this. It says observation, assignment 3.1. Pick a group of people that you have easy access to and imagine you're responsible for creating a color palette that represents this group at this point in time. All right, guys, so if there's a group of people that from work, you can use that. That's fine. Could be family members. I mean, I got it. We're supposed to be, safely away in our homes. So, but if you can, think of a time and a group of people that your colleagues that you work with, that's fine. Or if you go to an athletic, a yoga class, that's okay too. I'm okay with that, even if we can't actually physically be with these people. It says, using the techniques in this week's reading, record what you learn about this audience. Okay, so we're going to do the best we can on this, guys. Don't focus solely on colors. Learn all you can about them. You'll use this information again in future assignments. You may conduct some of your research online, but you may also need to conduct some in person. If you can still contact people, that'd be great. Let's just do the best we can, okay? So post your findings and suggested color palette. I'm okay. So if you want to think about your work group and your people that you work with, I mean, a lot of you work at Disney, so if you have a specific area that you work and you want to come up with a color palette that you associate with that area, that's great, okay? So we're going to figure this out. Now, assignment 3.2, consider the timeless conundrum of 2 or more people trying to decide where to eat. right? Yeah, always battle. This could be you and your spouse, partner, family, or group of coworkers. Describe how you would conduct a focus group in order to determine where lunch or dinner would be that day. What questions would you ask? What environment would you conduct the focus group in? And how would that impact the group? Okay. How do you think the conversation would play out? Constructive, fictitious store play consists of that focus group, sure to have a moderator and a minimum of one other individual as a cast. Okay. So what you're going to do is, so essentially you're going to script out how you would, if say you were with your work colleagues and you decide, hey, it's our lunch break. Where are we going to go to lunch at this Disney park? Are we going to go to, let's just say it's Epcot. So we've got all these pavilions that we could have lunch at. I know that's not true, but let's just, extend our disbelief here and just say, okay, who wants to go to Germany? Who wants to go to France? Who wants to go to Canada? Who wants to go to UK? All right, so how are you going to narrow it down? So pretend you have a focus group. And how would you moderate that focus group? How would you control the conversation? How would you get the necessary information to weed it down to maybe 2 choices and then possibly have them vote on it? Okay, so I hope that makes sense to you. Have fun with it. At the end of the day, I just want you to have fun. Okay, so have fun trying to script this out, figure out how you're going to find out how you're going to get to lunch at Epcot Center. Okay, all right, now, sorry, Kat keeps jumping up onto my computer and I keep pushing her down. Then the last thing is we are looking at achieving order through systems. That is what's needed for week 3. And this is in the design method book. And again, you're going to read it and then you're going to tell us, give me a general synopsis and or what you found to be, interesting, what you learned, what you maybe disagree with, and or all of the above. All right. Now, if you need any assistance with any more of these additional, if you need any more help with any of these assignments, let me know. I know assignment 3.1 might be a little bit hard because we don't have people that we can really interact with, but we're going to do the best we can, right? And 3.2, you really don't need to, because you're going to be making up a script that you would be using for a focus group, okay? All right, guys, use those resources in the books. They're graphic design thinking, so this 3.1 and 3.2 come directly out of the graphic design thinking. The idea generation just sort of supports it, okay? All right, guys, have a productive week, do great things, and please, if you need anything, please let me know.